Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and we have the very first sneak peek for the May update. And this one looks to be a gigantic cosmic update. So very exciting for fans of cosmic characters, very exciting for longtime fans of Marvel Future Fight that have been waiting for this character. Now, before we get into who this is and before we talk about all the sneak peek and stuff like that, I just want to let you guys know that by my math is usually bad, but for the sneak peeks and the updates, it's usually not bad. We should be seeing the Facebook live stream. If they are going to do another stream with Cage and Kim, we should be seeing that one in 8 days on the 22nd of May. And then we should be seeing the update on the 27th of May. So we're not that far off. We're actually under 2 weeks away from the next update. And it's a doozy. It's a big time doozy for big time, long time fans, because a galactic tale of vengeance. We got some big $5 words here. A galactic tale of vengeance and heralding adventure await in the V610, the 6.1 update. Do you feel worthy to pick up the challenge? I don't know, Netmarble Monster. Do you guys feel worthy to fix this game so that I can enjoy it again, so that all my whale friends can enjoy it again, so that we can start spending money in this game again? Who knows? Well, I guess we'll find out. So this is a pretty interesting image. Why don't we go over to the Netmarble forums and see what it says there before we continue. This is CM Fragment of Marvel Future Fight. We have spotted 2 fast-moving objects approaching from outer space and started an investigation. Let's find out more about the new space discoveries together. The Cosmic Visitors. And now you do see a few things in this image. You of course see space. You see a hammer object. You see some red chains. And then there's actually one more thing that you might see if you have very good vision, but we'll talk about that in a minute. That weapon, the hammer, and the long chain look quite familiar. Any guesses based on this evidence? Yes, beautiful, wonderful sneak peek team. New missions await in the May update. Stay tuned for more teasers. So now we have to talk about what this is, because for those of you that don't read comic books avidly, you will not necessarily recognize these characters. And actually, these characters are being drawn from a fairly recent run of comics. So House of X, Powers of X was 2 months ago, and it was actually planned out 6 months before that, which would have been about 8 months ago if you trust what they said in that video, which means that it was right when those comics were coming out, the House of X, Powers of X comics. Really cool. So this hammer is actually Stormbreaker. I know that's confusing because there's another Stormbreaker that Thor uses in the movies, but this is also called Stormbreaker, and this was given to Beta Ray Bill by Odin. Yeah, so that freaky alien horse dude that we've been asking to get in Marvel Future Fight for years is finally coming to Marvel Future Fight. So that's amazing. That's basically a guaranteed new universal hero. Beta Ray Bill is amazing, and he's super powerful. So that's very, very cool. The second thing here is the red chains. Now, no, it's not Omega Red, unfortunately, and it's not some other freaky, kinky, chain-wielding character. Those chains belong to Cosmic Ghost Rider. And we're going to draw on an image from the comics here so I can show you guys what we're actually dealing with. So check out this very cool cast of characters. So I'm going to talk from the top here. Actually, I'll show you my mouse here. So this is a Guardians of the Galaxy run. This is very recent. I don't know exactly when this was run, but this is very recent. It was definitely 2019. Donny Cates, again, really amazing people running this. So we've got Groot up here at the top. We've got Drax's daughter, Moondragon. So she could be coming to the game. She's very cool. We've got a very familiar face there. That's Norrin Rad. That is dark or black Silver Surfer. So we could be seeing a uniform for Silver Surfer. We've got Cosmic Ghost Rider in the middle there, and this is the guy with the red chains. We've got Beta Ray Bill there looking like an absolute badass. We've got Darkhawk, who is in Marvel Contest of Champions. He could be coming out as a new character. We've got Star-Lord, who's always, almost always the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy, so we could be getting a new uniform for Star-Lord. We've got Phyla Vel, who is the daughter of the original Captain Marvel, Marv-El. We've got Gladiator over here, part of the Shi'ar Empire, excuse me. And then we've got Adam Warlock, looking completely different. This is how he looks from the other series with Requiem, which was when, not JoJo's, by the way, is when Gamora turned evil and she had that enchanted sword and she went around stabbing people like Thanos and taking all the Infinity Stones for herself. And I believe Gamora trapped Adam Warlock in the Soul Stone. Anyways, this is the short-haired Adam Warlock that fights and kills Ultron Pym, I believe. Can't remember now, but yeah, he's really, really cool. And then over here, we have another character, very familiar. You might recognize this. This is Dick Ryder, aka Richard Ryder, aka the big Nova Corps guy. So we've got the tiny Nova Corps. We've got baby Nova Corps, Nova Baby. That's a really good song, by the way, by the Black Keys. We've got Nova Sam Alexander. So that's why his name is in brackets, Sam Alexander, because he's Nova. There's the Nova Corps. There's tons of Novas. But the two most notable Novas are, firstly, Richard Ryder, the OG. He's the OG Nova. And then we've got the new Nova in the Baby Avengers, etc. So, yeah, this could be an insane update. Absolutely bonkers level hype for the characters. I mean, all of these characters here are immensely powerful and immensely cool. I mean, probably the weakest character here is Star-Lord, and he's still pretty cool. I don't particularly like Star-Lord myself, and I would really bemoan another Blast Tier 3. But yeah, I know a lot of people like him. Sorry, Dash Pulse. But yeah, there's like so much possibilities here. If they are drawing on this, which is likely because Cosmic Ghost Rider is very new. He hasn't been in the comics for very long, so he has basically no interaction with Beta Ray Bill. Beta Ray Bill's been around in comics for a long time. Cosmic Ghost Rider was basically crafted up in the last, year or so. So yeah, there's really no way for these two characters to interact otherwise. Obviously, Marvel Future Fight can do whatever they want to do. They could be doing some sort of fragmented version of this. If they wanted to make the most money possible, they would probably release Beta Ray Bill as a native Tier 2. They would make this a uniform for Punisher. We'll talk about that in a second. They would release him as a new paywall character, and then they would give Silver Surfer a uniform, give Star-Lord a uniform, and maybe give Adam Warlock a uniform and call it a day and just cash in on all that. Maybe give Groot a uniform. I don't know. But there's a lot of potential here. There's a lot of universals here as well. I'm crossing my fingers. The one thing I'm hoping for personally is a universal Tier 3. I don't really care who it is. It'd be nice if it was a new character because Silver Surfer's already really badass, so he doesn't necessarily need to be stronger. But I just think a universal Tier 3 is absolutely due. So with all of this information, I have a few more things to share with you, and I've got a few tips for you to get ready and to get prepared for this update. So Cosmic Ghost Rider, you can't really tell from this image here, but if you do a Google search of him, you will see that he uses these red chains. That's absolutely 100% him. However, it's Cosmic Ghost Rider, but it's not Danny Ketch. It's not the other Ghost Rider. I can't remember his name. It's actually Punisher. And the reason why it's Punisher is just that's the way they wrote it in the story. So in the story, Thanos basically kills everybody. And spoilers, by the way. And then Frank Castle makes a deal with the devil, or I think he makes a deal with the devil. And he basically wants revenge on Thanos. So he becomes Ghost Rider, and he becomes Cosmic Ghost Rider. And then he looks like Ghost Rider, but he's still Frank Castle Punisher. So more likely than not, it's not a guarantee, but more likely than not, we would be seeing, if we get Cosmic Ghost Rider, which seems like we are definitely getting Cosmic Ghost Rider, it would be a universal uniform for Punisher, which would be amazing. I would love to see Punisher become a universal hero. Maybe he could even become a universal neutral, like not a hero and not a villain. That would be even better. But yeah, Marvel Future Fight doesn't like to take, the Netmarble Monster team doesn't like to take risks. They don't like to be adventurous and curious and creative, so we might not see that. But with that being said, if you want that Cosmic Ghost Rider uniform, and why wouldn't you? It looks so badass. You're going to want to start stockpiling your Punisher bios. So all that means is start saving your support shop Rift tokens, because you can exchange those Rift tokens, I believe, for Punisher bios. Yeah, right there. So yeah, don't purchase the bios yet, but start stockpiling them. Stop spending them on other things if you want to be able to max out that uniform immediately. If you want to be able to, get Punisher to Tier 2 so that you can use him as Cosmic Ghost Rider. There is also, the reason why I said don't buy Punisher bios, I said just stock up on the Rift tokens. There's a small possibility that Netmarble will, ignore the comic lore precisely and instead give the uniform to Ghost Rider. Now, on the one hand, it is good to be comics accurate. On the other hand, it does pain me that another Ghost Rider is going to be stronger than Ghost Rider, right? Like, Frank Castle's got the name, he's got the chains, he's got the flaming head, the skull head, but he's not Ghost Rider. So I would actually, I don't really care, to be honest. I wouldn't mind if this Ghost Rider got the Cosmic Ghost Rider uniform. Yes, it does ignore the comic's accuracy, but man, Ghost Rider has been crap for so long. It is so tragic. So yeah, that is that. But that is why I tell you to save your Rift tokens and not spend them, because on the off chance that Netmarble goes crazy with it and instead gives that to Ghost Rider, then you can use those Rift tokens on Ghost Rider to upgrade the uniform for Cosmic Ghost Rider instead of Frank Castle Punisher. And then for Silver Surfer, you're going to want to start saving lots of black antimatter, because the uniform for Silver Surfer, if he gets one, will be usable with, will be upgradable with black antimatter, and we covered that with Scarlet Witch's uniform and other native tier 2 uniforms. They are upgraded via black antimatter in increasing amounts. You can see right there, you need a teardrop. And then all the other characters we don't know. Now, Richard Rider Nova is interesting, and the reason why he's interesting is because you saw him there in the team, right? And he's actually one of the 6 members. It says here, 6 of these cosmic heroes will be the new Guardians of the Galaxy. So again, spoiler alert, he chooses, Star-Lord chooses Cosmic Ghost Rider, Groot, Moondragon, Phyla-Vell, and I believe, and Beta Ray Bill and Richard Rider. So Adam Warlock doesn't make the cut, Darkhawk doesn't make the cut, and Gladiator and Silver Surfer do not make the cut for the Guardians of the Galaxy. So yeah, we could be seeing a Guardians of the Galaxy cosmic update. But the reason why I harp and I sort of touch on Richard Rider a lot is because a lot of people have noticed in the sneak peek, and again, it can be kind of hard to see, but if you zoom in on the image here, it looks like the top of Richard Rider's helmet. Originally, it just looks like it could be a planet, but the planet has a weird glow to it that other planets in the background images don't have. And it's also got a sort of, there's like red pixels pointing up. So the red pixels would be the top of his helmet, which is like the inverse coloration of the Sam Alexander Nova, as you see here. Scroll down all the way. It's not the inverse color, but you can see here that it's, it's basically the same, except instead of red, it would be, instead of black, it would be gold or like yellow. So there's a high chance that we're going to be getting Richard Rider, Cosmic Ghost Rider, and Beta Ray Bill all at the same time. And it could be a humongous update, right? If that's how much they put 2 characters in one sneak peek. I mean, the next sneak peek could just be revealing the character models for Cosmic Ghost Rider and Beta Ray Bill. But I'm hopeful that the next sneak peek will expand even more and that we have a gigantic update on our hands. Now, the last thing I want to say, and I didn't say this at the beginning of the video, and I didn't want to sort of mention that this was going to be in the video, so because I don't want to get people down. Listen, here's the thing. I'm happy that we're getting really cool characters like Beta Ray Bill and Cosmic Ghost Rider. Cosmic Ghost Rider especially, because I feel like Marvel Future Fight shies away from the grittier and scarier Marvel characters. I feel like they're a little bit too afraid of giving us some of the spookier characters or giving them uniforms. So I'm really happy to see them embracing that more adult, real version of Marvel, because I think it will sell really well and I think it will do really well and I really like it. On the other hand, any character at all that comes to the game at this point, after 5 years and whatever 60 updates, there's always a fleeting feeling of a limited time frame for the character. And what I'm trying to say is, as cool as Beta Ray Bill is, as cool as Cosmic Ghost Rider is, we already have some of, if not most of, the coolest characters in Marvel. Now, they may not be your favorite character, but with 218 characters, like Marvel probably has 500 notable characters, right? So we're almost halfway there to covering the entire 500 catalog of Marvel's notable characters. Sure, there are like D tier or Z tier characters who have been in like one comic book or like one page, but I'm talking notable characters, right? Wolverine, Deadpool, Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom, Doctor Octopus, Silver Surfer, Thanos. Like, we've gotten so many characters, it's insane. And adding a few more characters to this Barbie collection is just that. It's just a few more characters being added to the Barbie collection. And unfortunately, if Marvel Future Fight and if the Netmarble Monster team does not correct the course of the game, we're going to keep going through this cycle. And the cycle is basically like this. A new sneak peek comes out, I'm really hyped for it, you're really hyped for it, the characters seem really cool and fun, and we're all hoping at the same time that new game modes and revamped game modes are going to come. The rest of the sneak peeks roll out. There's, you know, a mixture of hope, optimism, and a little bit of skepticism. We get the APK, there's some good and some bad. The update comes out, there's some good and some bad. Some people are really happy that they finally have that character that they wanted to play with, right? Their favorite character is finally in the game. That's great. But then, lo and behold, a couple of weeks, you know, 1 to 2 to 3 weeks after the update is out, most players feel like it's business as usual. I'm still just gonna take the same 5 characters that I always use, and I'm just gonna ram through World Boss as fast as I can. I'm gonna clear ticket all the other content, and then I'm gonna go and play another game that's more fun, right? Or I'm gonna go and do something else that's more fun. I'm gonna go watch Netflix. I'm gonna go read something, right? So I didn't want to piss in anyone's cereal. I'm really happy that Better Ray Bill is coming to the game. I personally know players, Bamf and others, who have been asking for this for a long time. So I don't want to steal their thunder, pun intended. But I also want to make that clear, not only to players, but also to the Netmarble Monster devs. You cannot, like, the game doesn't survive with just characters, right? You've got to put more effort into events. You've got to put more effort into content upgrades and reward upgrades and challenge upgrades. You've got to do that at the same time. If you only focus on one thing and not the other, it's that guy who you see walking out of the gym, and he's got huge arms and he's got these skinny little chicken legs. He's got these tiny little baby chicken legs. I'm not making fun of anybody. I don't go to the gym, okay? I'm not the peak human male physique here, but you know, you look at that and you're like, hey, there's something wrong. You know, as a 5-year veteran player and someone who's obsessed with this game, but even if I was a casual and you showed me this game and you said, look at all these characters, wow. And then someone's like, wow, man, this game must be so good. You guys are so lucky. You have 220 characters. You guys got Better Ray Bill. And then they ask, so do you play with all these characters? No? Okay, like you play with like half, right? No? Okay, how many characters do you play with? Like 10? Oh, something's wrong with that game. So, yeah. Hopefully, Netmarble Monster realizes this and they are, you know, in hyper mode, hyper overdrive mode, trying to fix the problems that the game has so that we can be purely hype for new characters and not have to worry about where those characters are going to fit in, because ultimately, as cool as Better Ray Bill is, if there is no content for Better Ray Bill and it's just the same old, I'm probably not going to end up using him after a couple of weeks unless he's stupidly powerful, and then it'll just speed up it'll just reduce the amount of time I spend in game, and then I'm on to, you know, I'm back to 7 Deadly Sins, Grand Cross, etc. So yeah, sorry to end on a sour note, but it's sort of bittersweet, right? I'm still hype. I still have tons of hope for this game. I'm just being as realistic as possible. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks for supporting me. Let me know how hype you are in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.